When my 16-year-old daughter, Lily, walked into the living room with trembling hands and red eyes, I knew something was terribly wrong. She was clutching a small white envelope, the kind that carries the power to break hearts. "Dad," she whispered, her voice shaking. "We need to talk." My stomach dropped. She placed the paper on the coffee table and said, "I took a DNA test. I just wanted to know more about our family." My chest tightened. I had nothing to hide, or so I thought. Then she added, voice cracking, "The results say you're not my biological father." For a moment, everything went silent. The ticking clock, the faint hum of the fridge, it all vanished. I could only hear my heartbeat, heavy and painful. My wife, Sarah, froze where she stood, her face draining of color. "That can't be right," she stammered, reaching for the paper. But I saw the fear in her eyes. Fear, not confusion. I wanted to speak, to tell Lily that the test must be wrong, that there had to be some mistake. But Sarah's shaking hands told me otherwise. "Sarah," I said quietly, my voice trembling, "is there something you need to tell us?" She didn't answer, just broke down crying. Lily looked between us, tears falling freely. "You lied to me my whole life," she shouted. "Who is my real father?" My knees weakened. I felt like the ground was being ripped out from under me. Sarah finally spoke, voice barely a whisper. "It was a mistake. It was before you and I got married. I thought it was over." I stared at her, disbelief flooding me. "Before our wedding?" I repeated. "Lily's 16. Sarah. Do the math." Her sobs grew louder. That was my answer. Lily ran to her room, slamming the door. I stood there, the woman I'd loved for 20 years kneeling before me, begging for forgiveness. "It meant nothing," she said. "You're still her father in every way that matters." But all I could see was the betrayal, years of memories, birthdays, bedtime stories, laughter, all painted with a lie. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Lily as a baby, clutching my finger. How could she not be mine? How could Sarah live with that secret for 16 years? In the morning, I left before sunrise. I needed air. I drove to the river, sat in my truck, and cried for the first time in years. Hours passed before I returned. Lily was sitting on the porch steps, eyes swollen. She looked up and whispered, "I'm sorry, Dad." That broke me. She still called me Dad. I walked over and hugged her tightly. "You have nothing to be sorry for," I said. "You'll always be my daughter. Nothing can change that." Later that day, I decided to find out the truth. All of it. I ordered another test, this time done properly through a lab. I also reached out to Sarah's college friend, Mark, the man I'd always suspected she still thought about. Something in my gut told me he was involved. Weeks later, the results came back. The test confirmed it. I wasn't Lily's biological father. But the man who was, had died in a car accident 10 years ago. He never even knew she existed. When I told Lily, she cried, not because of who her father was, but because of what she thought she'd lost. I looked her in the eyes and said, "Blood doesn't make a father. Love does. And I'll always be yours." Sarah begged for forgiveness, but something inside me had already shattered beyond repair. I didn't scream. I didn't curse. I just packed a small bag and said quietly, "You took away my right to the truth." It's been a year since then. Lily still visits me every weekend. We talk, laugh, cook, like old times. But the house is quieter now. Sometimes when she hugs me before leaving, she says, "I'm lucky you're my dad." And every time, I smile through the ache and whisper, "No, sweetheart, I'm the lucky one."